The second is just an experience sharing, because I think we spoke about anxiety and health. Somebody here had talked about health anxiety, and I suffer, God knows, crazy amounts of it. I made a little bit of a discovery. I just thought it would be useful to share to whatever extent it helps. I guess it was one of the reasons I started this whole journey, to just break free from the trap of anxiety. And as I was just sitting on it, and right now I'm in isolation because I happened to go for a dinner and somebody there has COVID. So, it just pissed me off, and I was just, just irritated with myself and for dropping down my guard and, all that stuff. And then I was just thinking about it. And I realized this entire search was simply another way to get control. And, because it promises freedom, bliss, whatever. So it was a way to fix the problem once and for all. And even with that experience I had, that was also co-opted to actually accomplish the same goal. When I started realizing that it's just way beyond my control whatsoever, and I just gave up, something interesting happened, and just that whole jumping of the mind just stopped. And it rests naturally where I used to force it to rest, let's put it that way. And there are no words to describe it, but it's a very ordinary no words to describe it as of now, at least. But it was just interesting how that desire to fix the problem was so profound. And naturally then surrender, humility, all that follows. It's just because it's just no other way. It's just another way to co-opt knowledge to make it another weapon, and now you give it up, and then you realize how really vulnerable and helpless you are. And in our culture, being vulnerable is uncool. You have to be strong, and you have to be able to fight it and defeat it and all that stuff. You realize it's really insignificant, not in a bad way, that's just the way it is. I mean, so that was a very powerful understanding, which moved me a lot. So I just thought I'd share it for what it's worth.
That's very beautiful sharing. I really appreciate you sharing that with us, Arvind. I'm sure many others on the call do too. So thank you for that. It's always nice to hear your own experience, your own heartfelt, genuine experience. So it's very beautiful to hear that, Arvind, to hear your discoveries. Yes, so much of this seeking business is our desire. Well, we want to be happy. This is natural. It's our natural desire. This desire will always be there until we realize the self, which is supreme happiness. But when we think we're the body-mind, we're trying to do it as the body-mind. And almost everybody, myself included, when we first come to this teaching or any kind of spiritual search for liberation or nirvana or enlightenment or whatever you call it, self-knowledge, we're looking for it for ourselves, for the body-mind. That's what most of us will do. And only when we get deeper do we realize, oh, I cannot get this. Tom cannot get this. I've got to let go of everything. Let go, let go, let go. And that can be scary for some people. It can be very scary. For almost everyone, there's some fear. And you let go, and what happens? You let go, you have faith, you get filled with happiness and love, and what happens? Your life becomes magical. Things that you were stressing and straining about, now Bhagavan's doing it for you. Your money worries, Bhagavan's taking care of it. Your health worries, Bhagavan's taking care of it. Your relationship issues, Bhagavan's taking care of it. Your loneliness issues, your insecurity issues, Bhagavan's taking care of it. Issues you have with your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your cousin, your uncle, your aunt, your dog, your cat, whatever, Bhagavan takes care of it all. You give it all to him. And you think, wow, these teachings actually work? Really? They work? you start to have faith. There's a great secret in Bhagavan's teachings. If we happily surrender with love and with faith, he takes care of everything. If we unhappily surrender, it doesn't work, because that's not surrender. That's not real surrender. When we truly surrender, we're happy. We're filled with happiness and love and devotion. We do it with faith and devotion for him. Now, if you're listening to this and you don't have that kind of faith, devotion, don't worry. Don't worry, there's always a way. Everybody has their own way. But this is my experience, so I'm sharing that. If you maybe have a slightly different path, that's fine. So please don't worry if you're not. Some people I know don't have that sense of love or devotion. And it doesn't have to be for Bhagavan Ramana, of course. It can be for anyone or anything that you feel connected with. There are two more things I'll say about the question Arvind said and his sharing as well. When it comes to the method of self-inquiry, this is why they're different. The same method is described in different ways using different words, because we respond and we resonate with these words differently depending on our own conditioning, our own psychology, our own understanding of words. So Arvind, if you found a set of words that work for you, then go with that. And the other thing is, we only really discover how to do self-inquiry through trying to do it. You can listen, you can ask me how to do self-inquiry as many times as you like. I will happily answer you. And maybe some of those answers will be very helpful to you, actually. So I'm not saying you shouldn't ask this question. Sometimes you ask a question and you'll get a very useful answer for you. But ultimately, the words won't really help you. It won't give you everything you need. You have to try to do the self-inquiry, and then you'll get a taste for it. Remember, there are two teachings going on. There are actually multiple teachings going on at the same time during this meeting and all the time. But I'll just say two, just to keep it simple. There's the verbal teaching and there's the non-verbal teaching, the silent teaching. The silent teaching is always there. It's always showing you how to do self-inquiry. So if you come to this meeting and are open to that, you will feel the energy taking you back to the self. It's here in this satsang. It's here with me. And it's here without satsang and without Tom. It's actually coming from your own self. But it seems to be amplified in this kind of meeting. Okay, that's all I'll say for now on that.